Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Apologies for not getting enough stuff out this week. It's been crazy personal life, and there's been news, but like nothing super crazy. But then there was this one article that I want to talk about. And this article really highlights that chaos is certainly a ladder. Earlier this week, it came out on the Points Guide that American Airlines is petitioning the U.S. Supreme Court to overturn the decision that killed their Northeastern Alliance with JetBlue. They're citing that there had to be a legal error in the way in which this was determined, that the arguments that the judge sided with from the U.S. government at the time were wrong, and that the Supreme Court should take this up and overturn this particular case. Now, a couple of problems here. The biggest is JetBlue hasn't signed on to this appeal. So this is American Airlines acting unilaterally. 2, the current Justice Department and the Justice Department from that situation are very different justice departments. And this is likely just what is the nicest thing I can say? Craven attempt to for American Airlines to get what they want out of a deal that was struck down over a year and a half ago, that JetBlue is not currently actively participating in getting overturned. This just feels like American Airlines is looking for an opportunity to legally steal slots from JetBlue in LaGuardia or JFK without having to buy them from JetBlue. That is my overarching theory. Why am I saying this? One, again, JetBlue is not specifically taking up this appeal. Now, back when the Northeast Alliance was killed in federal court, American Airlines had signaled that they would continue with an appeal. JetBlue had decided, JetBlue was at a bit of a fork in the road, and JetBlue is always at a fork in the road right now because they are looking for dimes in every cushion. It's not that dire, but things at JetBlue are not particularly great. So JetBlue is actively working every angle they can and every opportunity they can to put themselves on a path back to profitability. So JetBlue is not currently a part of this lawsuit or a part of this appeal. JetBlue is not actively taking part in this, but JetBlue has recently cut back on the number of flights that they do daily between New York City and Boston. And those flights, even on like a regional flight, would be super valuable for American Airlines to get a hold of. Now, during the Northeast Alliance, those flights were being handled by JetBlue, but they were code sharing with American Airlines. It was a bit more than a code share based on the Northeast Alliance. It was there was like reciprocal benefits, reciprocal miles earning, reciprocal points earning, things like that. Like you could fly your way to Mosaic and Advantage status at the same time, which made the program pretty unique and rather compelling, but is what it is. So JetBlue at the time could have continued the appeal with American Airlines, but they chose instead to pursue their ultimately failed merger with Spirit Airlines. So JetBlue rolled the dice and lost with the Northeast Alliance, rolled the dice again and lost with the Spirit Airlines acquisition, and are not currently rolling the dice on this. This seems like American Airlines is looking for a way to bully its way into the Northeastern slots that JetBlue currently has but has cut back on out of New York City-based airports up to flying up to Boston, or if they get a hold of those slots from JetBlue, they can reassign those to other potentially either leisure flights or flights that could be profitable to American Airlines without JetBlue profiting and without paying JetBlue, without compensating JetBlue. The push here, I believe, from American Airlines would just be, we're going to get this, you get nothing, and we're going to turn around and provide this to our customers, which in the most pro-business I can sound, yes, sounds good. It's not going to do anything for pricing. It's not going to do anything for like making life better for customers and those flying out of New York City. It's just going to be a way to pad their profits at the expense of JetBlue, potentially, and gaining, I don't know, gaining more slots out of New York City that they can utilize either from LaGuardia to Dulles or LaGuardia to one of American Airlines' other hubs. Or they could be looking to turn, well, they can't really turn LaGuardia into a hub, but they could look to grab JFK slots from JetBlue as well, because JetBlue has slots at LaGuardia and JFK, and turn those JFK slots into making JFK potentially a hub for them in the Northeast, if they have enough slots to work with out of their Terminal 8 base of operations at JFK. This doesn't, objectively, like, if JetBlue was signing on, I would get it, right? This doesn't feel right from the outside. Now, I absolutely understand the business case for this, but that doesn't mean that the business case is good. Like, I don't see potential I don't see potential gains for customers. Right? Who knows where those slots, like how American Airlines would utilize those slots. If they're going to be doing the same New York City to Boston type flights, what does it matter? Right? Are they really going to be taking on Delta and United? Like, how are they going to be taking on Delta and United? It just seems like this is a slot grab without having to compensate JetBlue, and doing so in such a way that it is, mom told the kid no. And then a year and a half later, the kid has decided to turn around, go to dad, get the same thing, but turn an even bigger profit for themselves. Like, they asked for an Xbox, mom said no. They wait a year and a half, they go to dad, they ask for the Xbox, but not only are they asking for the Xbox, they're asking for the TV for the Xbox and a new surround sound system for the room in which they're going to play their Xbox in, is the way I'm interpreting this. Now, I could be 100% wrong, but I did want to highlight this. I'm going to put this story in the description. It is weird that American Airlines, after a year and a half, has decided to bring this appeal in a potentially much more favorable conditions for them, whether or not it would be the Justice Department not taking up this case, should it go forward, or what, and where JetBlue fits in this. Like, is JetBlue going to join in on the last minute to try and get themselves some leverage? Are they going to just force JetBlue out and then come back and force terms upon JetBlue if they get this overturned at the Supreme Court? This just feels like American Airlines is taking an opportunity, because chaos is a ladder, and pushing forward and getting their own thing because mom told them no a year and a half ago. And now dad is here and dad doesn't care. I don't know, but that's going to do it for this one. And don't worry about the parent dynamics. Flip the parents if you want. Dad said no a year and a half ago. Mom saying yes now. That's a slippery slope. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you like what I do, hit the like and subscribe button down below. If you want to join my channel membership, that is here on YouTube as well. You can support me outside of YouTube. Check out the pinned comment down below. And feel free to check me out on the Stack Your Points podcast. We record on Mondays. We release the show here on YouTube on Wednesdays and Fridays, and the full show on the podcatcher of your choice on Saturdays. Thank you so much for your time. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.